Hi guys, so I'm on board the Boeing 747-8. We're on the ground in Shanghai, and what I want to show you is the first thing that I check as a captain when I come on board on the flight deck. Now, you know, a number of times you see it on the TV, you see it in movies where people are stopped when they're driving by the police, and the police ask for license and registration, sir, or license and registration, ma'am. And the same thing happens on these aircraft. All the airplanes you see flying, the passenger aircraft, the cargo aircraft, doesn't matter. At any point, at any station in the world, the authorities of that country that license aircraft and make sure that the civil aviation are operating according to the regulations in a safe manner, and that the airplanes are maintained in the way they should be maintained, and they've got all the documentation. At any time, inspectors from, we're in Shanghai now, people from the Chinese Civil Aviation Department or Civil Aviation Authority, as the case may be, can come on board and say, hello Captain, we'd like to inspect some of your documents to make sure that your aircraft has the correct documentation for flight. So that would be, in the case of a vehicle, for example, might be in some countries a certificate of fitness, which is like an MOT in the UK or MOT in Hong Kong and things like that. And of course the licenses and documentation that the pilot should have. So I should have my license as well on board. I should have my medical valid. I should carry it with me all the time, because the inspectors will ask for that. Then they'll check all the aircraft documentation, registration, certificate of airworthiness, radio license, station license, noise certificate, that kind of stuff. So when I come on board, the first thing when I walk in, I come through this door like this. I come through here, and in Cathay Pacific we have all the documentation here. So in here, I just come in here and make sure certificate of airworthiness, certificate of maintenance, review. In some places it's just called maintenance. It's the same thing. I just make sure it's valid and it covers us that. So I'll show them that. We have the digital documents as well in our iPads, but in some stations they actually want the physical document. So we carry the physical documents plus all the digital documentation that we have in our iPad. So if this were to go missing, we've got the digital documents anyway. So in here we also have the certificate of registration, which I'll have to take out and show the authorities. There's approval of aircraft radio installation, because all the radio in here has to be approved by the telecommunications department in each country, approves that for each aircraft through the civil aviation department or authority. And then we also have here a noise certificate to ensure that the airplane complies with all the noise from the engines, that it complies with the noise requirements. And then at the bottom here we also have the copy of the certificate of the air operator certificate, which proves that the airline is allowed to operate by its authority in the country and by agreement into the country that it flies to as well. So that's the license and documentation, sir. I check those, make sure they're all there, so that if I land anywhere, I'm able to show it. There you go. First things on board. Later.